Hello everyone, my name is Jane. I'm one of the member of Group 3, and today I'm so excited to share our group project with you. Our project is about digital detox experiment, and we wanted to explore how technology, especially phones and social media, deeply affects our daily lives. To start a digital detox, there are a few common steps we took, like delete social media apps, limit screen time, or even turn off all notifications. As we discovered in our experiment, digital addiction isn't just a habit. It's linked to the way society normalizes constant connections and the anxiety we feel that pushed us to seek validation online. We often turn to screen time as a way to escape, whether it's boredom, anxiety, or loneliness. Ironically, instead of feeling better, we end up feeling even more disconnected from the world. Addiction makes us feel awful, but the only way to feel better seems to be going back to our screen and scrolling again. In today's world of surveillance capitalism, social media platform turns us into products. If we are not paying for the service, then we are the product. Let me share about our initial reaction with you. When we first put our phone down, we all felt pretty much the same. Strange, empty, and uncomfortable. Anna said she immediately felt insecure, like her time had become unstable. Without checking her phone, she lost the track of time. Zixin said she felt weird, like something important was missing. The habit of checking her phone was so automatic that not doing it left a strange gap in her day. The boys agree that the first 2 days were the hardest. Without TikTok, Instagram, or WeChat, everything feels so strange. Eric said he felt restless. He always kept reaching for his phone out of habit, but because he had deleted all the social media apps, the screen was completely blank. Daisuk, who was used to scrolling before bed, felt uncomfortable with the silence. Jonah was struggling for not checking his message, feeling pressure to stay unconnected with friends. For me, the first few days felt boring and anxious. I keep reaching for my phone without thinking, worried I was missing something. The quiet, with no notifications, felt so strange. So, in the end, we all shared the feeling of loss, boredom, and unease. Then we realized that how much technology has occupied our daily lives. Don't you curious about how we adapt this? So in the experiment, even though reducing the time spent looking at the screen disrupt the daily rhythm, each of us was trying to find ways to adapt our new daily lives without mobile phones and social media. Everyone found their own way, like finding some small but meaningful things to fill the time. I started writing a notebook to join my self down, while Max kept a small journal before the bed. Both of us felt that writing in hand was more intimate and it helped us to notice the little details in our life. Other group members found different ways to replace the endless scrolling. Zixin said she placed a book next to the bed and started going on walk with friends. I also tried to spend more time with my roommates. We brewed tea and went through some deep talking or even tried new recipe together. You can see in the picture, looks yummy, right? Ellen spent more time outdoors with her dog and met friends in the evening for playing poker and having some conversations. The boys also found new ways to connect with the world. Daisy took out his old telescope and started taking pictures of the moon from his backyard, which now became a new daily habit he enjoyed it. Jonah used his free time to finally do something he'd been putting off, making music. Without his phone, he said he could focus more on creating. In the end, we all found slower, more grounded way of living, like reading, writing, moving, or just being present. Now let's go through the most important part, the sociology series. Our experience tie into several key sociological series. First, we see the power of routine at play. As we learned in our interaction and ideology lecture, people stick to routines because they feel natural and appropriate. Our phone use was exactly that, an automatic reaction to any moment of downtime. We didn't even realize it, but it did control us. The theory explained that these habits are driven by what we call emotional dynamics. By breaking the routine of scrolling or replacing it with reading, walking, and talking to people, many of us found more positive emotional energy than the shallow stimulation which our phones give us. We also see interaction ritual chain theory at work. Scrolling didn't create the successful ritual. It didn't bring people together to help us share feelings. In contrast, having real conversations or doing shared activities became meaningful rituals. These successful rituals generated positive emotions and made the new habits rewarding and sustainable. Additionally, Husserl's phenomenologies of time help us to explain the disorientation and sense of time slipping away when we couldn't access social media. Husserl said that our consciousness links the past, present, and future, and when the link is broken, time feels unstable. Not being able to check our phones made us feel disconnected and lost, showing that our sense of belonging and time depends on meaningful connections with others and the world around us. Finally, McLaughlin's idea of technology as an extension of the human body is very fitting here. Our phones has become an extension of ourselves because we see, we speak, and work through them. When we stopped using the phones, we weren't just separating from technology, we were also separating from an extension of ourselves. This explains why the first few days of our detox felt so unsettling. Without our phone, we suddenly felt incomplete. So, how do we feel about this experiment? The hardest part was definitely not having our phones. We kept reaching for them out of habit, especially when we feel bored. So at first, the silence did feel strange, but after a while, we start to enjoy it because we discovered some simple things like reading or talking with friends, and we also pick up something that we hadn't done in a while. Those activities help us feel more connected with ourselves and others. What really surprised us was how much of our day was controlled by automatic phone use habits. We didn't realize how much time we spent on our phone until we couldn't use them. With our phone, we found that ourselves could be more focused, whether we were playing sports or just maybe hanging out with friends. In the end, what we learned is that disappearing internet doesn't mean you losing touch with others. It's more about finding balance between real life and digital life. Technology connects us, but sometimes it can pull us away from truly being present. Taking a break from our phone helped us see the real connection doesn't always need technology. Sometimes the simple things, like good conversations or just spending time together, can create stronger bonds. So, in conclusion, this experiment not only let us see how smartphones and social media affect us, but it also allowed us to figure out how they shape our relationships with the world and even how we experience time. Despite the challenges we face, I think it's still worth it to try to not spend that much time on our phone or social media. because we do need time to connect others in person and focus on ourselves. Well, thanks for watching. This is everything for today. See you next time.